Well, it's Uncommon Fossil today, taking a look at what, according to Limitless, may be the strongest deck right now in format. Taking a look at Limitless on the online events amongst decks that are played at least by three different people. The Lugia Archeops Colorless build has the highest win rate of any deck, over 56%. So quite nice. A very good success rate, played by a decent number of people too. So the race winning ways is no fluke. So let's take a look at the deck, go through the list I have, kind of based upon a number of the top lists, kind of customized it to a way I think will work for me. And then we can take a look at how the deck actually functions. So Lugia V-Star, you should be familiar with this. 280 HP V-Star. It has the Tempest Dive, which this deck certainly takes advantage of for 4 colorless energy, does 220 damage, and you can discard a stadium from play. It's your option whether to discard it or not. So, right, because once you've used your ability, Summoning Star ability, which I'm about to get to, if you play Path Down, you want to keep that in play for one thing, or some other stadium you may want to keep in play. So we like having that. It's an option. It's very good there. So Summoning Star ability, what's make this great along with the Archeops it's paired with? Summoning Star, during a turn you may put up to 2 colorless Pokemon that don't have a rule box from your discard pile onto your bench. So that's nice, and when they printed Lugia, they also printed Archeops Stage 2, which evolves from a fossil, so not easy to get into play on its own, but you get 2 into play from the Lugia V-Star, and it's very worth the effort because it's got the Primal Turbo ability. During a turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 special energy cards, attach them to your Pokemon, attach them to one of your Pokemon, and of course you get 2 into play, so you can accelerate 4 special energy, can be DTE. Also, there was a few others. We lost some good special energies to rotation, but we've been getting some back, so the Lugia has been improving as these decks get added. So what else does the deck play? It plays 2 Snorlax. By the way, it's a 3-4 count, a Lugia V-Star, and you want to play all 4 Archeops. There's no doubt about that, because you got to get those in the discard pile. So we play 2 Snorlax with Unfazed Fat ability. It prevents all effects of attacks from your opponent's Pokemon done to this Pokemon. So that's useful. Right, it's immune to Sableye for one thing, because that's an effect of an attack, placing damage counters on, so it can be useful. But then it's got a very, very strong attack for a single prizer. For 3 colorless energy, Thumping Snore does 180 damage, a very nice number to hit, like I said, for a single prize Pokemon. Then the Pokemon's asleep. During checkup, you have to flip 2 coins instead of 1. If either's tails, it stays asleep, so that's not good. But as we get to the energies, we do play Therapeutic Energy to address that issue. What else do we have as an attacker? We do play 1 Radiant Charizard with Luminous Energy to set that up, right? Because it does 250 as the game gets late for potentially 1 energy. Right? Can't attack the next turn. You're getting knocked out. Don't worry about that. The attack cost is 5 energy, fire, and 4 colorless, but then the Excited Heart ability, the attack cost is 1 colorless less for each prize card your opponent's taken. So once they've taken 4 prize cards, 250 for 1 fire energy, super, super nice. We play Squawkabilly EX to help set up, right? Turn 1, you may discard your hand, draw 6 cards. Useful for setting up, and we need to get those Archeops in the discard pile, so this helps with that. 1 Pumpkaboo, because Path to the Peak, we need to Lugia 2 Archeops into play, turn 2. That's really what the deck is about. If we pull that off, we're in really good shape. If we don't pull it off, we're in trouble, so Pumpkaboo helps with that. Obviously, more and more decks are playing Path, so Pumpkaboo, we can search for this with Ultra Ball, or even Level Ball if we played it, but we don't play that, I'm pretty sure, right? Oh, no, we don't. We just play Ultra Ball, so 4 outs there, plus the Pumpkaboo to hit it to bump Path. We also play a Lumineon V for Luminous Signs. You can attack, because we do play the Luminous... No, you can't... No, I take that back. You can't attack with it. Forget what I said about that, right? But Luminous Signs is why it's here anyway. You play this Pokemon from your hand to your bench during a turn, search your deck for 1 supporter card. Really nice there to get the supporter we need. And then we have this big hitter late in the game, usually Wyrdeer V, 220 HP. It does Psy Shield Bash for 3 colorless energy, 40 damage for each energy attached to this Pokemon. DTE counts as 2 energy, so that would add 80 minus the 20, so 60 for DTE attached. And then it has this ability, Frontier Road, which is very important. When this Pokemon moves from the bench to the active spot, you may move any amount of energy from your other Pokemon to it. So you get energy, so you move energy from your other Pokemon onto it to get the amount of damage you need. So can be a very big hitter. Of course, then it's probably going to be knocked out afterwards. So you want to usually save that for a big key knockout, usually to win the game. If it's during the middle of the game, be very careful about when you do it. And then when Drapion V with the Wild Style ability, the Pokemon's attack cost, which is 4 colorless, is 1 colorless less for each of your opponent's single strike, rapid strike, or fusion strike Pokemon in play. Particularly useful against Mew. It is a dark type, 190 damage, so it one-shots Mew VMAX. So very nice there. Getting to the energies, again, it's a colorless build, although it does play 1 Luminous Energy. You attach it and only this to the Charizard, to the Radiant Charizard, right? If you attach a second special energy, the Luminous Energy is no longer fire, you can't attack. So you can't use Radiant Charizard until your opponent's taken 4 prizes, and you have to attach this particular energy. If it's been discarded, your Charizard's no good. So there are some lists that don't play Radiant Charizard just because of that fragility of it, but it is a nice option, so I've kept it in the list. I certainly have considered cutting it. You can decide what you want, whether you want it in or out. We play 4 DTE, right? 2 colorless energy. Pokemon's attack does 20 less. Very nice. Gives flexibility with your different attackers. 2 gift energy. Nice special energy that once the Pokemon its attack attached to is knocked out from damage from an attack, you draw until you have 7 cards in hand. And then 2 V-Guard energy, which besides obviously providing colorless energy, the Pokemon takes 30 less damage from your opponent's V Pokemon, so that can be very useful too. 2 Therapeutic Energy, which are here for the Snorlax, right? The Pokemon this card is attached to recovers from being asleep, confused, or paralyzed and can't be affected by those special conditions. So very nice there. Snorlax does not go to sleep or recovers from it if it is asleep. And then 4 Jet Energy, colorless energy, and then when you attach it to the Pokemon, it moves from the bench to the active. So it acts as a switch card as well as a energy. So very useful there. We can accelerate it with Archeops, but we can also attach it by hand to swing into a new attacker, including Wyrdeer, of course. Attach this to Wyrdeer, swings in the active, and move as much energy as we want to it, so a nice option there. All right, what else do we have here for the trainers? For Ultra Ball, we need to get those Pokemon into play, and we need to discard those Archeops. That is key. 1 Lost Vacuum lets us bump path to the peak or some other tool or stadium that we want to. For Iono, 3 Nest Ball getting basics into play. 4 Capturing Aroma. This is the deck that likes Capturing Aroma because, especially early game, we like it. It's a win whether it's heads or tails. I believe heads, it's an evolution, which is terrific early on if we have Ultra Ball, or later, right? We want to Ultra Ball away a couple Archeops, and if it's tails, then you get a basic, which we want to get our bench set up. 1 Serena. This isn't in all the decks, but it gives you an option of gusting up a V, which can be good, but it also lets you discard 3 cards from hand and then draw the F5 and cards in hand. It's a nice way to discard a couple Archeops early on. I like it, and of course the gusting option is nice too. 3 Research to help set up. 1 Professor Burnet, which is a guaranteed way to get 2 Archeops in the discard pile. As long as you have them in the deck, you search your deck for 2 cards and then you discard them. Right? It came out with the V Union cards as a way to get 2 in the discard, but that is really not optimal there. But here we need exactly 2 cards in the discard pile. So Professor Burnet is very useful. 2 Collapsed Stadium. This is the stadium we play. It's a bump to path to the peak. This bench shrinks from 5 to 4 Pokemon, so it is a way to get, say, Lumineon V out of play or Squawkabilly out of play if we want to. If we have a full bench, collapse the bench, get rid of a Pokemon we no longer want in play. And of course, some decks really need a full bench, so it can help slow down some opponents. And then 3 Bosses Order, just super, super important card for every deck, and this deck is no exception. So that's the list. It is quite solid. I played this list a couple times, not a lot yet, but but it's a pretty solid list, I will say, and I do expect it to work pretty well. Let's see what we can do now. All right, so let's see how things go here. Hopefully I get a good matchup. Look, it's good into a lot of decks. The deck that it's not good into is Miraidon decks because the Lugia is lightning weak, and I don't have a fighting Pokemon. I think the single strike build still seems like it's a better build to me in a lot of ways. All right, so I get to go first. That's good. Like a single strike, you can hit for different type. You have different types to hit for different weaknesses. We never hit for weakness with this colorless deck. So starting Lumineon, that's not what we want to see happen at all. So we'll see. And now I hope I hit Tails, because I want to get a basic in play. This is a rough start, I would say. Give me Tails. I needed Tails. Got Tails, right? I'm pretty sure Tails is what I want. I can get my Lugia V down. I have Research. It's not a bad hand, really. I'll attach DTE here. I'll wait on Charizard. I'll probably bench the Charizard next turn. End turn, right? I could have attached to the Lumineon V in the active slot to retreat away the DTE, which isn't a terrible notion. But, you know, I need 4 energies on Lugia V to attack with. So this is the option I went with. Now, my attack on Lugia V-Star is 220, right? And I need the full 220 to one-shot the Chen Pao. So now I can't one-shot Chen Pao. So my goal here is to attack early with Lugia V, right? We'll see what happens here. So playing a Candace, good. Seeing a supporter we don't see very often. It was in, I think, the deck on the Battle Pass, I think, or was it in the starter deck, maybe? It's always fun to see cards like that. So opponent has a very nice big hand. I have 2 Archeops in the discard pot in my deck, which I will research away. Obviously, starting Lumineon V was quite bad for me, right? He's a 2-prize liability, and does me no good this game. So, but we'll see what happens with this. It's certainly a winnable match. They've got a lot of cards in hand, so they've got to be very happy with their start. So even if I gusted up, I can't take out both Frigivax, and I'm not. All right, well, that's pretty good. So, I would have preferred to have, say, the V-Star, which I did. Let's see. I don't want Drapion. Okay, Lumineon, not bad. So I will. What am I talking about here? All right, so actually, let me get rid of. I don't need Drapion. No, keep both those. I don't want Squawkabilly or Drapion at this point. So get Lugia V-Star. Let's see. I've got Snorlax, which I could attack with. And I could attack with Wyrdeer. I want to save the Wyrdeer, pretty sure. So maybe I want to attack with Snorlax, right? Snorlax is a nice option here. So let me get these guys down. And then having the Jet Energy is quite nice too. So maybe I'm kind of sorry. That was a regretting sound. My regretting playing the DTE. I'll make sure I have another Jet Energy. Okay, good. I have two more Jet Energies. Oh, that's right. I play 4 Jet Energies. I got confused with my count there, right? So let me get this guy powered up first. I want a Gift Energy, and I want a Therapeutic Energy, although he's going to get knocked out. Let's be honest here, but that's okay. But that's why the Gift Energy's there, right? They're probably knocking me out. Let's see. I can't attack Lumineon V ever. I want to get, let's see. Do I want to get 2 energies on the Lugia? Or right now he's doing 200. Do I want to drop it to 180? I think 180 is fine, right? 180 one-shots the Baxcalibur, I believe. So let me attach DTE here. Jet Energy. You know, later attackers, I'm going to want my Snorlax, and I want the Wyrdeer. Those are the plays I've got later in the game. And I have a Radiant Charizard, so that's not bad either, right? So just attack, 180. They're going to take me out. Pretty much guaranteed. And that's okay. I mean, it's not great. I probably send up do I want to wait on the Lugia? That's a good question. Do I wait on Lugia? Radiant Charizard I want to attack with after they've taken 4 prizes. I can't take out the Palkia V-Star, so I can take out a Palkia V. With it, I can take out Chen Pao, so probably looking to take out a Chen Pao. They've evolved to the Palkia V-Star, which obviously was their goal. They had a lot of cards in hand. The chances of being able to do that were pretty good. They can accelerate 3 energies now if they want to with Palkia. Palkia is something... Wyrdeer, what's it, 60, 120. Trying to think, is there a way I can one-shot the Palkia with Wyrdeer, right? That's one of my thoughts. I have to attach the Jet Energy from hand, though, to make the switch, right? I have to Wyrdeer from bench to active. So I probably... Okay, so they got a very nice Baxcalibur, holding off on using Palkia's V-Star. So, you know, if I could take out Palkia now, that would be quite nice. Right? But, okay, drew a bunch of cards there. So if I fill up my bench, I can take something out. All right, so what do I want to do here? So he's going to do 180. I don't think I want a Wyrdeer, right? I think I'll ditch the research because I might want to Iono. If I don't boss, I think I will Iono. Shrink their hand some. So the Wyrdeer, I need to get 6, 120. No, I think I want to hit with Snorlax again. I think Snorlax is... Oh, I don't have the Snorlax play, though. Well, I will... Maybe I should use Capturing Aroma. I didn't use that. That's okay. Let me accelerate 2 energies to Snorlax. I want to do that, right? Get the Therapeutic... Wait on the Luminous Energy and attach the Gift Energy. Right, he's going to get one shot anyway. But give him the option of attacking a second time. I could attach the V-Guard somewhere. I think I'll wait on that. I think I will get rid of Lumineon V. And then I will, you know, you get this, the bench shrinks and then the cards hang over partway. It's rather amusing what they've done here. You know, it's not, it's odd, I guess is what I'll say. So they got rid of a Frigibax, so I could take out Baxcalibur too, right? They're going to have to use Palkia's V-Star power then, right? That's not a terrible notion, is it? Do I want to do that? I think I will wait. I will hold off on that. Could be a mistake, right? So I have a Luminous Energy. So I'll attach that. So I got back Lumineon V. I can reutilize it as the game goes on. So they're going to take me out. That's pretty much a given. Let me get a 3rd energy onto my Snorlax. I don't want. I mean, I could pay the retreat, but I don't see a reason to do that. Right? No reason to do that. So get a. I could hard retreat, save the prizes. Let me just take the 180. You know, this does the same amount of damage. Hang on, what's the stadium? I'll say no. I will keep them with a restricted bench, I think is the play I want to make there. So I go ahead and prize, but very temporarily, right? They're pretty much guaranteed to take me out. So I'll have to think. So the Wyrdeer play is going to need a switching card, right? Either the Jet Energy or a switch card. I think the deck plays switch. I'm trying to remember now, because I didn't exactly net deck it. I looked at a number of top builds, put this together from what I thought made sense of a deck for me. That's what I generally do. I take a look at Limitless, look at ideas, sometimes events, recent events, sometimes just of the decks, and in seeing what's performing well, looking for something that's a little different or something that appeals to me. So bumping Collapsed, maybe I should have, right? At this point, if they don't knock me out, I can't play Lumineon V, but that's okay. All right, so their bench is full with that, so I wonder if they're grabbing Boss. I wonder what they're getting. Maybe Iono or Judge. So Boss, okay, what are they going to take out? The Charizard? Archeops? Archeops probably, Archeops is a rough one to lose, right? If they take out 2 Archeops, of course, it is essentially a game loss. They can take out anything they want here. That's for sure. Okay, so they're going to attack with Radiant Greninja. Okay. What are they gusting up? Okay. Are they going to take him out then? Okay, well, that's not... So that means that I assume they're going to hit into the Radiant Charizard and to Archeops. They could be doing this as a stalling tactic as well. Now, I cannot get rid of that Luminous Energy, right? I can hard retreat it, which I might need to do here. So I need to be prepared to retreat. If they don't knock out my Charizard, I have to retreat him because I can't attack with him until they've taken 4 prizes. And they can't take... The only prize they could take is Radiant Charizard, which is fine. At this point, I'm going to want to attack with Snorlax. I think I probably want to try to get Wyrdeer down this turn. I think I do, because he's going to be my big gun here. I think I'm going to come up short in the prize race. We will see. Partly depends what my opponent does here. So taking out my active, which is weird. It does 90, but it actually does 180. Okay, they left the Archeops, so... All right, well, that kind of surprises me, right? Because if they could have Radiant Greninja'd, and then they could have hit the Archeops a second time and taken it out. So I think I take him out this turn, right? Problem is that I still need 3 prizes. Doesn't overly help me. I do have Boss. Maybe I want to take out... So let me... Capturing Aroma. I want to get... Let's see what I get. I want to get Wyrdeer down. Pretty simple, right? So Wyrdeer, you're the play I want to make. Let me Capturing Aroma again. Do I want to Boss this turn and take out the Baxcalibur? This is where if I played the deck a little more, I'd have a better sense of what to do. All right, so I'm going to bench Wyrdeer. I'm going to attack here for 180. Let's see, Baxcalibur, they can't accelerate energy anymore, so I think actually Boss on Lumineon V could be good. I think I need to start working on the prize trade. So let me shorten the game here. Lumineon V, taking out Lumineon V I think is quite nice. Attach from hand. I need to get energies attached here for Wyrdeer, right? That's kind of... Wyrdeer's my big hitter. I need to get him scared of Wyrdeer, right? I'm not going to attach a Jet Energy because I need to attach that from hand. So right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 200 minus 40, so it's doing 160. So I'll take the 2 prizes. They're probably going to Iono me. I have to assume that, right down to 2 cards. But since I don't have boss in hand, all right, that's not bad. I mean, that's not what I want, though. Those aren't helpful, I will say. So, I mean, it's not bad, but because it wasn't like I had to draw X, right? It wasn't a card I felt I needed, a prize card I needed. All right, so the bench is expanded again. Puts 2 damage counters on a Pokemon when I attach energy to it. If it's non-water, basic. So it won't. So Wyrdeer's Jet Energy will get 2 damage counters, but I have to Wyrdeer for game, right? That's what I have to do here. So they're going to take out Snorlax. I think I'm going to send up. So what are they going to take out? They're going to take out the Lugia, which they could do. Taking out the Lugia. It's not terrible. I mean, well, yeah. I mean, I lose a bunch of energy, so that makes my life much more difficult. So he does 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, with 9 times 4 is 360 minus 40. So it does 3. I think my Wyrdeer will do 320 if I hit Jet Energy. So I've got to hit Jet Energy, right? It's very simple there. So they're going to blow me up. So what do? I think I send up. I'll send up Archeops because he can retreat for 1. So he's got the potential to attach and retreat, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'd get 9 energies. 9 times 4. So I think, yeah, send up Archeops because I have 2 energies in deck, and that's what I need here. So I think I have pulled it off. We'll see how this turn goes. So Serena, I want to take this Pokemon out. So let me play Lumineon V first. I think I'd like, do I play, let's see what I hit here. I want to thin the deck anyway, so yeah, I mean, this is the guy I want to hit into. So I need to want to just thin out. I'd like to hit Jet Energy. That would be ideal here, right? So I'm just going to make all the plays. I think I have it without it, but let me, yeah. Iono Archeops again, just thinning down the deck, just increasing the odds of hitting what I need here. I will, actually, Collapsed Stadium puts the Lumineon V into the deck, though, doesn't it? So let me, I'm going to Iono here. All right, well, this gets me what I need, right? So Jet Energy, boom, becomes active, kicks in the ability. 1, 2, 3. Let's take a look at the damage level at this point. I do 320 at this point, so I will just boom, and I could have got one more on, so worked out well. So there we go. So you see the Wyrdeer, which is very important in the deck. It is the big late game hitter. It was the only one that could take out the V-Star. I could take out the Lugia, can take out the 220 HP Vs or EXs, but he can't have DTE. So you have to keep those DTEs, were a careful choice, right? So it was kind of for this matchup with the DTE on the Lugia V-Star, you're either going to attach 1 DTE to, well, it didn't, just taking a look at the deck list here. So with Lugia V-Star, at the once you get to 200, well, 200 wasn't going to be very meaningful for that matchup. So you either were going to have no DTEs on Lugia or 2 DTEs, drop it to 180, because that didn't matter. Once you fell below 220, 180 was as good as 200. So a very solid matchup. Let's see what I unlocked here. I will open, I'll give a little pack opening too while we're at it. Why not? Unlocked here 36. So hopefully you're making good progress in the Battle Pass, right? As a budget player, the Battle Pass is the key to the economy in Live. Unlock things on the Battle Pass. And I'm wait to craft your Obsidian Flames cards because you're going to pull a lot of packs. I've said it before. It's probably boring to hear, but it really is important as a budget player. If you don't want to spend actual money to buy codes, you got to be a little patient. Plays the older decks. There's a lot of solid older decks out there still. They get forgotten. I know the new things are exciting. But pulling these cards is very important as you grow your collection, right? Just pulling cards. Got a new card there, it looks like. You know, the alternate art's not as excited about that necessarily. Really just playable cards is the key. Getting some extra credits there. So very nice. In fact, let's take a quick look at my progress because this is something I like to do too. So I'm up to tier 36. The big tiers are 40, where I get the 3 packs and I get one of these special crates. 45, you get 3. And then at 50, you get a bunch of stuff. So those are the big ones still ahead, plus a few other packs. So, you know, I like to take a look at the shop, click on expansions here, and Obsidian Flames. I have 182 of 197 cards. That means 1 copy of 197 of the unique 197 cards. So I've pulled at least 1 copy of most of the cards, and I even have a full play set of a bunch of cards, as you saw. Looking at things, or at least as many as I need of many cards. So it really is important waiting as a budget player till you finish the Battle Pass. And just getting back to the deck here, it is a strong deck, Colorless Lugia. Up against Lightning, Miraidon decks, I'm finding that to be a very challenging matchup. I don't hit them for weakness. Wyrdeer, obviously very important, but they're going to one-shot him. So the only Wyrdeer is really... I can one-shot, like the Miraidon, with a Lugia without DTE attached, but then I get one-shot right back, so that's not great. The Snorlax only gives up 1 prize when it's knocked out, but it doesn't knock them out, so that's not good. And like I said, the Wyrdeer is the one that knocks them out. But again, it's at 220, so even though I'm not weak to them, they're still going to one-shot me. So that's a rough matchup, and there's a decent amount of that, of course, around. But other than that, most of the matchups are pretty solid with this deck. Certainly worth giving it a try. If you're looking for a strong deck, this is one of the top choices out there. Take care.